Hey guys, I'm Zormo. We've got a new entry today. We're going to be doing the Basilisk. We've got quite a lot to cover, so I'm going to basically just hop right in. Today we're going to be covering the Basilisk Youngling, the Basilisk, the Monstrous Basilisk, the Basilisk Knight, the Basilisk Sentinel, Typhor, and the Jormungand. So Basilisk can be assigned by Vanica, Cheldar, Duradal, Nevil Steve, and Konar, and they require a Slayer level of 40 to kill and a defense level of 20. So let's hop right in with the normal Basilisk. They have a combat level of 61 and max hit of 5. They are not aggressive. They cannot poison you. They have an attack speed of 4, 75 Slayer XP per kill for these guys, and they are not immune to poison or venom. You can find 8 spawns of these in the Fremennik Slayer Cave. The Slayer Ring will teleport you right next to the cave exit, or you can use the Fairy Ring code AJR, which is right outside the cave. There are also 12 spawns in Jormungand's prison. You can get here by teleporting to Relica using either the Fremennik Sea Boots if you've completed the diary, or you can use the Enchanted Lyre that you can get during the Fremennik Trials quest, and then you can board Haskell's boat, which is just north of Yrsa's clothes shop. Just to note, guys, you will need to have completed the Fremennik Exiles quest in order to kill basilisks in this location. So when you're actually killing the basilisks, similarly to cockatrices, you must equip a mirror shield, otherwise your combat stats will be greatly reduced. Alternatively, if you have completed the Fremennik Exiles quest, you can bring V's shield. It does have better defensive stats, so bring it if you have it. Basilisks are weak to crush, which makes the leaf-bladed battle axe a great weapon to use here. If you don't have one of these though, you can also use the Evandis flail or the Blisterwood flail if you have completed the A Taste of Hope and Sins of the Father quests for each of those. Bring your best melee gear, as they do attack with melee. You can choose to use the Protect Melee prayer if you are taking too much damage. Just bear in mind that the Protect Melee does not stop the stat drain, so you will still need the shield. Also note that although the cannon can be used against Dagonoths in Jormungand's prison, it cannot be set up in the Basilisk room, so it won't work there. You can't use a cannon in the Fremennik Slayer dungeon either, so you can't use a cannon for any basilisks, unfortunately. There is also a safe spot in the Fremennik Slayer dungeon. If you stand in the southern entrance to the area that they are in, you can use the southeast wall to stop them moving, and you'll still need a mirror shield because the stat drain attack is ranged. You can also safe spot them by getting them trapped on the rocks on both sides of the room. A quick tip here is that they do drop a high number of nature runes, so it may be worth bringing a Staff of Fire. Then you can use the High Alchemy spell on their metal armor and weapon drops. Also, if you do forget that your Staff of Fire, they are conveniently located next to some Pyre Fiends who do drop Staffs of Fire and lots of fire runes. Their drops, the average kill is worth 763 GP, or 1k if you're on a Konar task. They drop Adamant Full Helms, Mithril Kite Shields, and Rune Daggers at a rate of 1 in 128. They drop Light Mystic Hats at 1 in 512. They do have several runes and herb drops, so a herb bag can be useful here. They drop the Basilisk Bone at a rate of 1 in 4 if you're doing the Rag and Bone Man 2 quest. I'll say this now instead of repeating myself 4 times. All 4 of the Basilisks that I'm going to be covering in this for the Slayer tasks, they do have exactly the same drop rate to get the Basilisk Bone if you are doing that quest. They drop Brimstone Keys at a rate of 1 in 323 and a Basilisk Head and 1 in 2000, which you can mount in your play-around house. That moves us on to the Monstrous Basilisk. So this is the superior version of the Basilisk, and it can spawn after purchasing the bigger and badder unlock for 150 Slayer points from a Slayer Master. They have a combat level of 135, they have a max hit of 11, they are not aggressive, they cannot poison you, they have an attack speed of 4, they give 1700 Slayer XP per kill, and they are immune to poison and venom. They're killed in exactly the same way as normal Basilisks. You'll still need the shield. You may want to turn on Protect from melee, as they are a fair bit stronger than the standard Basilisk, but other than that, guys, exactly the same. Their drops are worth, on average, 40.6k per kill, or 42k if you're on a Konar task. They have exactly the same drop table as normal Basilisks, but they roll 3 times on the table for their loot instead of just the once. They drop Brimstone Keys at a rate of 1 in 74, a Basilisk Head at a rate of 1 in 2000, and they drop the Eternal Gem and Imbued Heart at a rate of 1 in 1022. Now, that moves us on to the Basilisk Knight, guys. So these guys actually require a Slayer level of 60 and a completion of the Fremennik Exiles quest in order to kill them. They have a combat level of 204, they have a max hit of 50, they are aggressive, they cannot poison you, they have an attack speed of 4, they give 300 Slayer XP per kill, they are immune to poison and venom. 20 of them can be found in Jormungand's prison. It's the only place you can find them. Again, teleport to Relica and take Haskell's boat to the Island of Stone and then enter the dungeon to find these guys. It is recommended that you have level 80 plus melee stats and HP and 70 prayer for piety, or 75 plus ranged if you are ranging them. If you are fighting these guys, then you will have unlocked the shield, obviously, from the Fremennik Exiles quest, so bring that with you, otherwise you're going to have a bad time. Their Basilisk Knights actually use magic and melee attacks. They alternate between those two. They can hit up to 20 with those attacks, and it is recommended that you wear your best melee gear if you're meleeing them, and have Protect from Magic turned on to take as little damage as possible. They do also have a special attack, which looks like a red orb that they fire towards you, which can be dodged out of the way of. If you fail to dodge the attack, you will be encased in stone and unable to move or attack for 3 seconds. You can spam click on the ground around you to try and break free. Having auto retaliate on makes you automatically break free from this when the basilisk attacks you. If you do not break free fast enough, the stone will explode and deal very high damage to you. And the special attack happens roughly once every 30 seconds or so you do kind of need to pay attention when you're killing these guys. It is possible to avoid basically all damage if you use ranged here and stand outside of the melee distance and use protect from magic. You will also need a shield, so you can't bring a blowpipe. These guys are weak to crush, so an Inquisitor's Mace, Samarakian Hasta or Sirachnis Cudgel are effective weapons. Other than that, just bring your best melee gear, take sharks and prayer potions. Ranging though does tend to be faster and safer. Stand behind the stalagmites. You should bring your best ranging gear and a mirror shield, as V's shield actually gives a negative range bonus. And you can actually bring proselyte armor here for a big prayer bonus, because the plate body does not interfere with the Ava's device, and with a high range level and the imbued Slayer Helm, you'll still do decent damage here. For the weapon choice, when you range them, dragon and rune knives are best, but you can also bring an Arbadel or dragon crossbow with diamond bolts or runite bolts. Make sure you are standing at least 2 tiles away from the Basilisk Knight, and you should be bringing telekinetic grab as well, because you'll be able to use that to pick up your drops until you lose aggro. Otherwise you will take damage when you go and loot your drops. You can fill your inventory with basically just ranging potions and super restores other than that, because you shouldn't eat any food with this method, although if you are just starting out you may want to bring a few emergency food just in case you do get hit. So the average drop of the Basilisk Knight is worth 23k. This drops significantly down to only 8k per kill when you're not on a Slayer task. They drop adamant plate legs, adamant kite shields, rune battle axes, rune daggers, rune skimmies, rune spears and rune medhelms at a rate of 1 in 52. They drop a decent amount of runes. They drop brimstone keys at 1 in 63, hard clues at 1 in 192. A light mystic hat at 1 in 256, the basilisk head at 1 in 1000, and the big item that everyone kills these guys for is the basilisk's jaw. It drops this at a rate of 1 in 5000, however this does get increased to a rate of 1 in 1000 when you're on a Slayer task, so really not recommended to kill these guys if you're not on a Slayer task, guys. They do also drop the long bone at 1 in 400 and the curved bone at 1 in 5013. Absolute troll drops. They'd be very disappointed if you get those. The Basilisk Sentinel is the superior version of the Basilisk Knight. Again, you need the bigger and badder unlock for these guys to spawn. They have a combat level of 358, they have a max hit of 28, but they can hit 40 plus with a special attack. They are not aggressive, they cannot poison you, they have an attack speed of 4, they give 5590 Slayer XP per kill, they are immune to poison and venom, and they can be killed in exactly the same way as the Basilisk Knight. They just have slightly increased stats, so the kill will take a bit longer, but other than that you can use exactly the same method. Just watch out for that special attack again. Their drops, so the average kill is worth 75.6k, this goes up to 78k if you're on a Konar task. They have the same drop table and rates as the standard Basilisk Knight, with the exception of dropping hard clues at a rate of 1 in 19.2 and brimstone keys at a rate of 1 in 40. They do also drop the Eternal Gem and Imbued Heart at a rate of 753.6. Now that's basically all the basilisks that you'll be killing as a Slayer task, so we're just going to move on and quickly cover the extra basilisks that you can't kill as a Slayer task. They do give Slayer XP if you've got a basilisk task when you kill them, but you're not going to be able to farm these guys. So the first one that we're going to cover here is the Basilisk Youngling. This is encountered during the Fremennik Exiles quest when you search through the Sand Pit in Relica. It will hit constant 6s and drain your stats if you don't have a mirror shield, like normal basilisks do. It has a combat level of 57, a max hit of 5, it is aggressive, it has an attack speed of 4, it will give you a measly 60 Slayer XP when you kill it, and it is not immune to poison or venom, and it will drop an unsealed letter when you kill it, and that is an item that you need for the quest. The next one that we can go through is Typhor. He is a Basilisk Knight, and he is actually one of the generals of the Basilisk army. You will fight him during the Fremennik Exiles quest again. Brunt will fight Veritra, who is the other general of the Basilisk army. Typhor has a combat level of 218, max hit of 20, he is aggressive, he has an attack speed of 4, 360 Slayer XP when you kill him, and he is immune to poison and venom. He doesn't drop anything at all. And that brings us on to the Jormungand finally, who is a massive basilisk, the final boss of the Fremennik Exiles quest. He was subdued by V a long time ago, but is reawakened by Bakuna, who was another general of the Basilisk army. But upon being awoken, Jormungand decides to thank Bakuna by consuming him to regain energy. To be fair, he hadn't eaten for quite a while and was probably just hangry. He has a combat level of 363, a max hit of 22, he is aggressive, has an attack speed of 5, will give you 600 Slayer XP when you kill him, if you've got a task obviously, and he is immune to poison and venom. Now this guy, he uses melee and magic, and he has 2 special attacks. He has a glare attack, which you'll need to turn away from, otherwise you'll take lots of damage, and he has a binding attack which freezes you, similar to the Basilisk Knight stone attack, where you'll need to spam click the ground to break free from it. If you do die during the fight against Jormungand, you can reclaim your items from Brunt the Chieftain on the Island of Stone, and that will cost you 50,000 GP. He also drops nothing as he is just killed for the quest. And that sums up all the Basilisk, guys. So we'll end the video with our interesting fact, as always. The one that we've got this time is that the Monstrous Basilisk has an examine text that says, "Let's hope I have some Phoenix tears." Now this is a reference to Harry Potter, obviously in the Chamber of Secrets, where Fawkes the Phoenix's tears act as an antidote for the Basilisk's venom, although Basilisks in RuneScape aren't poisonous at all, so yeah. This reference is also continued with the examine text of the Basilisk Sentinel, which says, "Even Phoenix tears won't help here." Although again, Basilisk in RuneScape not poisonous, so I'm not sure how the Phoenix tears would help in any way at all. But there you go. Other than that, guys, just to let you guys know again, I do daily streams every day of December so far. I usually start at about 7 PM GMT time, so feel free to come hang out, chat about the series. We're slowly building a community of viewers. If any of you guys are watching, you're all awesome. Anyway, guys, other than that, I will see you in the next video.